There. Hey guys, how's it going? Mark Felton here. Just going to read a little bit of Ruth with you guys today. So, Ruth chapter 2, verse 3. Actually, chapter 2 all the way till chapter 3. So, it's a little bit of reading, but I'm just going to quickly dissect a little bit of this. It's going to be awesome. So, let's dive right in. From New King James Version, Ruth chapter 2. There was a relative of Naomi's husband, a man of great wealth, of the family of Elimelech. His name was Boaz. So Ruth the Moabitess said to Naomi, "Please let me go to the field and glean heads of grain after him, in whose sight I may find favor." So she said to her, "Go, my daughter." Then she left, and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. Now behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said to the reapers, "The Lord be with you." And they answered him, "The Lord bless you." Then Boaz said to his servant who was in charge of the reapers, "Whose young woman is this?" So the who talks like that? Okay. So the servant who was in charge of the reapers answered and said, "It is the young Moabite woman who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab." And she said, "Please let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves." So she came and has continued from morning until now, though she rested a little in the house. Then Boaz said to Ruth, apparently he was like walking right to her. Then Boaz said to Ruth, "You will listen, my daughter, will you not? Do not go to glean in another field, nor go from here, but stay close to my young women. For your eyes be of the field which they reap, and go after them. Have I not commanded the young man not to touch you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn." So she fell on her face, bowing down to the ground, and said to him, "Why have I found favor in your eyes, that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner?" And Boaz answered and said to her, "It has been fully reported to me, all that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and mother and land of your birth, and come back to your people whom you did not know before. The Lord repay your work, and a full reward be given you by the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings you have come for refuge." And in this part, really, I want to take a little moment to take a break and reread this part. "And how you have left your father and mother in the land of your birth, and have come to a people whom you did not know before." So this is a little bit similar to what Adam said, but in reverse, kind of. "For this reason a man shall leave his mother and father and be at one flesh with his wife." So she left her mother and father to be one flesh with her husband, who then passed away, but then she's still stuck with her mother-in-law. So God's like, "Okay, I really want you to be a part of my people, so stick with Naomi." And we're back. So verse 13. "Then she said, 'Let me find favor in your sight, my lord, for you have comforted me, and have spoken kindly to your maidservant, though I am not like one of your maidservants.' Now Boaz said to her at mealtime, 'Come here and eat of the bread, and dip your piece of bread in the vinegar.' So she sat beside the reapers, and he passed parched grain to her. And she ate and was satisfied. and kept some back. Probably to help, give it to Naomi. So she sat beside, get some back. And when she rose up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves, and do not reproach her. Also let grain from the bundles fall purposely for her. Leave it that she may glean, and do not rebuke her. So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out what she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. So she took it up and went to the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned. So she brought out and gave to her what she had kept back after she had been satisfied. And her mother-in-law said to her, where have you gleaned all day? And where did you work? Blessed be the one who took notice of you. So she took her mother-in-law, with whom she had worked, and said, the man's name with whom I have worked today is Boaz. Then Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of the Lord, who has not forsaken his kindness to the living and the dead. And Naomi said to her, this man is a relation of ours, one of our close relatives. Ruth the Moabitess said, he also said to me, you shall stay close by young men until they have finished all of my harvest. So basically they were having girl talk. When a woman likes a man, she talks about him to all of her family and friends. And did you know about this? Did you know about that? And Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that you go out with his young women and the people do not meet you in any other field. So she stayed close to the young women of Boaz to glean until the end of the barley harvest and wheat harvest, and she dwelt with her mother-in-law. Chapter 3. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, my daughter, shall I not seek security for you, that it may be well with you? Now Boaz, whose young women who you were with, he is not our relative. In fact, he is winnowing barley tonight at the threshing floor. Therefore wash yourself and anoint yourself. Put on your best garment and go down to the threshing floor. But do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. Let's keep going. Then it shall be, when he lies down, that you shall notice the place where he lies, and you shall go in, uncover his feet, and lie down, and he will tell you what you should do. And she said to her, all that you say to me I will do. So she went down to the threshing floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law instructed her. And after Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was cheerful, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of grain, and she came softly and covered his feet and laid down. Now it happened at midnight that the man was startled and turned himself, and there a woman was lying at his feet. He said, who are you? And she answered, I am Ruth, your maidservant. Take your maidservant under your wing, for you are a close relative. You are a close relative. You are a close relative. So when Naomi was suggesting to Ruth to lay down at his feet, that was a marital proposal it was an ancient Jewish marital proposal, and basically to resolve this whole issue of land rights and who is the owner, the proper owner of the land, who is the closest relative, who is a male, which is, I believe, Elimelech. And if he were to do it, then he would have to marry Ruth, because Ruth was the widower of Naomi's sons. Where is it? Yeah. And so therefore, Boaz came up with a strategic strategy to go ahead and redeem Ruth and the land. And he also let it be known to his relative that this is the case. And the relative's like, "Oh, I can't marry Ruth. You do it." He's like, "I will do it for king and country." I will do it. And so, as you can see, the whole point of this story is that Ruth found herself in Boaz's vicinity, and Boaz immediately took a liking to her. "Who is this young woman? Do not go to any other field. Stick with the other women in my camp." And she found favor with him, and that was very, very touching. And God does this where he sets two people up to be united, and regardless of their past and whether or not the Boaz has a ministry. I mean, he doesn't have a ministry. He's a businessman. So yeah, you don't need to have a ministry to get married. You just need to do what God's calling is for you in your life. So your whatever purpose is. So that was the story for today, and I really wanted to drive home that God cares about our relationships. God cares about our hearts, to the point where he will literally set people up in the craziest of ways to have them just live a life of happiness. And not every story is like that, unfortunately, but I'm sure that's God's design for everyone to be happy. But as you can see, it's to each individual. And I also wanted to say this one part. If we skip down to verse 11. "And now, my daughter, do not fear. I will do for you all that you have requested. For all the people of my town know that you are a virtuous woman." I just think that part is so awesome. So she's virtuous. She left her country. She left her family. She left her livelihood to be with her mother-in-law, who is Jewish. And the Moabites, they're not Jewish. They're not even close. But she decided to drop her God and gods and pick up the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Israel. And because of this decision, the Lord saw favor in her, gave her favor, and blessed her with a union that is phenomenal. And Boaz saw that she didn't go around looking for available suitors, young men, old men, rich men, poor men, and she went to him. So he saw her, said, "Oh, she's a young woman. Don't go anywhere else. Work here. I'm the boss, and I'll make sure you're set." And she's like, "Okay, great. I like him." I like him. And then the next day, seems like the next day, or pretty much at the end of the harvest season, she is told by Naomi to rest at his feet, which, from my understanding, from my Bible college days, when she uncovered his feet and rested on them, that symbolizes that she wants to protect, the path that he's going. She wants to protect his feet in the sense of supporting him in this way, and basically offering up a proposal of marriage, to which he was very excited and really wanted that. But he did it the proper way, through the proper channels, and although he did say it, keep it a secret, or, until it's all figured out, so it's not like this party at first, but, use wisdom, right? That's what he was doing. He was using wisdom. So I really wanted to bless you guys with that story. I'm not sure if anyone else has ever said that before, but that's what I got from the story of Ruth. And I am always blown away at how God will actually use situations for his glory. So may God bless you, keep you. I'm signing off.